United we stand, divided we fall.
Our state motto sums up our challenge here in the Bluegrass.
We all believe that Central Kentucky is a great place to live.
Trouble is, not everyone is living the dream.
So how do we think, plan, work?
And learn to live united.
Tonight, we're teaming up with the United Way of the Bluegrass.
Our goal is to inspire you to get involved.
It's time to be bold.
To dream big.
And do amazing things.
It's a night to unite.
Thank you for joining us this evening as we take a look at some inspiring stories illustrating the work that is being done in our community to make the Bluegrass a great place to live, work, and raise a family.
We all agree that Central Kentucky is a truly special and unique place, but there are some challenges and opportunities facing our communities today. Tonight, we hope that you will learn more about the great things happening in your community and how you can get involved and be a part of the change to make our Bluegrass region even better.
United Way of the Bluegrass is united for Central Kentucky. We have a big, bold goal that 10,000 more families in the Bluegrass will be self-sufficient by 2020. It is a big, bold goal for our region, but we believe collectively our great communities can and will accomplish great things.
Everyone deserves the opportunity to live their best lives. We all win when more families succeed and more children enter kindergarten ready to learn. We all benefit when more high school graduates are ready for college or career.
Stronger families equals stronger communities, stronger local economies, safer neighborhoods, and higher performing schools.
Our community is filled with the people, talent, and organizations that are needed to solve some of the issues facing our students, schools, and families today.
Let tonight and every other day be a chance for us to work together and engage in our communities.
United, we can make a difference.
I'm Tom Kenny in Richmond. This is a story about numbers. And because of the United Way of the Bluegrass and one of its partners, Kentucky River Foothills, for one Madison County couple, the numbers are adding up.
No, by my bike.
Joey and Heather Reynolds of Berea are raising 4 children, ranging in age from 7 to 15. And like many families, despite working hard and sacrificing, they struggled to make ends meet. And it didn't help that they lived in a cramped trailer that was always in need of repair. Life was hard.
I would come home from work, I'd pull up in the driveway, and I would sit there for about 5 minutes crying.
They were not even barely living paycheck to paycheck.
Robert Lair is a financial coach and caseworker at Kentucky River Foothills, a partner agency of United Way of the Bluegrass, which offers free financial stability education. As part of that program, Lair, at no cost to the Reynolds, did their income taxes and took advantage of the earned income tax credit, which allowed the couple to maximize their refund and put money away for the family and the future.
The number one thing that we taught them was you need to start an emergency fund. And so if something unexpected came around the corner, they would have the money to be able to handle that financial situation.
And that something unexpected came on the morning of February 27th, 2014.
Structure fire, complainancy, smoke, and flames.
The Reynolds' mobile home caught fire, believed to be electrical in nature. They lost 5 family pets and everything they owned. It was all gone. But their hope was not, because of the Kentucky River Foothills financial program.
I don't know where we would be right now if it wasn't for that. We feel secure. We feel like, if something happens, then, we've got something to help us get through it.
The trailer before the fire happened, one thing was always on our mind is what are we going to fix today, or what's going to happen that we're going to have to fix today. And now we don't even have to. That's not even on our mind now.
Yeah. It was just getting by. That's all we thought about. How can we get by? How can we make it to another day? And now we can think about the future.
That future includes the family's new Habitat for Humanity house they helped build. Joey and Heather and the children volunteer with Habitat, helping others.
The best thing I can say is even when those times get really, really hard, don't give up. Because if you keep trying and if you really look out there, there are people who care. There are people who help you, and eventually you'll get to a better place.
For another example of how the United Way of the Bluegrass is making a difference in people's lives, here's my friend and colleague from Fox 56 WDKY, Marvin Bartlett.
If you've thought about volunteering in your community but don't know where to start, the United Way can help. One of the things it does best is connect good-hearted people to good causes, such as feeding the hungry in Woodford County. It's Monday afternoon at the Woodford County Ministerial Association Soup Kitchen, and there's no time to waste. 200 people are waiting on a hot meal.
We put a little over 16,000 meals out of this kitchen last year. And this is just one place here in Woodford County. There are other places that help feed too. So yeah, the need is definitely here, more than most people realize.
Gary Jones leads the weekly effort, and every member of his team is an RSVP trailblazer, a volunteer over 55 signed up through United Way of the Bluegrass. The food is donated by God's Pantry, Kroger, and generous area farmers. Most of the meals are delivered to the doorsteps of the recipients. Gary volunteers about 20 hours a week to feeding the hungry and says the payoff is as simple as a thank you.
When we donate money, a lot of times we don't see where our money goes or what it does. Here I see a smile on a face because now they've got a full belly.
Shortly after the soup kitchen started 6 years ago, another United Way program got linked in. Mentors and Meals connects volunteer tutors to middle school students who need help keeping up in the classroom. But leaders quickly saw a need to provide dinner along with the after-school lessons.
It's one of those situations where if you're hungry, you can't study, and it's hard to focus. And of course, kids, between the ages of 11 and 13 are almost always hungry. But we decided that we really needed more than just a snack, that a hot meal would give them something to really help them through the evening.
So during the school year, Gary Jones is in the kitchen 4 nights a week, making sure 35 middle schoolers are getting filled with food along with knowledge.
Middle school is kind of a difficult group. It's a difficult age, and this is a time when kids are deciding if they're going to be a good student or not. They're deciding what friends they're going to have. They're deciding how serious they're going to be. So we hope that when they come to Mentors and Meals and they have the opportunity to have a good meal and to join with their friends, that they're also getting some tips for their future.
As much as he does, Gary would like to do more, maybe add a second night of home deliveries each week.
I understand we're only feeding once a week now, but we have the food to do more, but we need people. And that's hard to get.
That's the thing with good-hearted people. They've learned when it comes to helping others, the more you do, the better you feel. School systems across the Bluegrass work closely with United Way. When we come back, my Fox 56 co-anchor Erica Abe sits down with Fayette County's new superintendent to talk about some of his goals.
Hi, I'm Maya. Here are 4 facts you need to know. Fact 1. 32,000 kids live in poverty. That means that there might be kids that don't get enough to eat. Fact 2. 1 in 2 kids aren't ready for kindergarten. She's happy. She's not. Fact 3. 2 out of 5 kids aren't ready for life after graduation. So what will they do? And fact 4. 50,000 families struggle to make ends meet. That's a lot. But did you know we can help? United Way has a big, bold goal. 10,000 more families will be self-sufficient by 2020. The best news? You can help. Dance on over to the United Way website. Learn more about why it matters. Your help matters.
I'm Erica Abe with the Fox 56 10 o'clock news. Part of the big bold goal is to make sure that fewer kids go to school hungry. Well, this year Fayette County Public Schools has a new leader who has a firsthand experience with that.
We grew up in public housing. We had dealt with food insecurity. We dealt with shelter insecurity and moving and changing schools.
New Fayette County School Superintendent Manny Kalk knows what students facing poverty are going through because he's been there.
I always felt that in class, I was probably a little bit behind my peers. I didn't raise my hand, I didn't participate a lot. And so I struggled with my speech.
So when we met at Harrison Elementary School, he was quick to engage with the staff. He says great teachers made a difference in his life.
It's absolutely the toughest job.
But people beyond the school doors impacted him too. Kalk told me that he's excited about the United Way's Big Bold goal because it gets to the heart of the poverty issue facing students.
If you look at the time that a student spends in school, no more than 7 hours, would they spend the majority of their time in their community? And so you have to improve the community just as we're working to improve their school experience.
And the United Way of the Bluegrass partners with organizations that focus on the total well-being of children. They list 90 organizations on their website, from after-school programs to food pantries.
We're 98.8% poverty.
Harrison Elementary Principal Tammy Frank sees the effects of poverty on students every day.
In a classroom, children who don't have their basic needs met often are very hyper. They're unable to focus. You can hear their bellies growl sometimes.
At a high-poverty school like Harrison, Frank says volunteers are crucial.
In a school of poverty especially, where children aren't sure where they're going to be safe, they're not sure where they're going to sleep that night, they're not sure what they're going to eat, having a volunteer come to the classroom and show up week after week and say, I care about you, I care about your school, you're not in this alone, I believe in you. It says way more than it's just academics.
That's a truth Manny Kalk can testify to because of his past.
You have to have a collective family impact. And if we improve the family, by extension, we're going to improve the life chances of that child.
Kevin Christopher with LEX 18 News has more on how the United Way is impacting higher education.
In short, it's tapping into one of our greatest human resources, the 70,000 college students within a 40-mile radius of Lexington. That's a powerful number. So as part of the Big Bold goal, United Way of the Bluegrass has been reaching out to our colleges and universities to engage more college students as mentors and tutors in some of our underperforming higher poverty schools.
Here at the University of Kentucky, College Mentors for Kids on UK's campus is a United Way of the Bluegrass partner. The program mentors at-risk youth from Breckenridge Elementary and Harrison Elementary 3 days a week on the university's campus. Community Action buses the kids. Fresh Approach in Lexington provides a meal 3 nights a week. And each little buddy, as the kids are called, participates in activities that promote higher education, culture and diversity, and community service. Leanna Stafford, a founder of the UK chapter, describes how the one-on-one relationship with the kids transforms them.
They've changed what they want to be when they grow up. They've changed how they look at life completely. They tell us they want to be like us, they want to go to college, and they want to be right here at UK.
Mason Johnson is a UK junior. His involvement with the mentors began when he bowed to the very best kind of peer pressure.
One of my friends that I was living with would come home every day and he would tell me about what he would do at College Mentors and how much fun it was and how rewarding he felt about it. And eventually he just kept on with it until I said, yeah, I'll give it a try, and I ended up really loving it.
The Big Bold goal is at work on campus at Transylvania University too, expanding the effort for Transy students to volunteer in downtown schools near campus. President Seamus Carey says it's pretty fundamental. Mentoring can lead more at-risk students down a path to success.
Education is, in my opinion, is the key all along the way so that students and parents can make better decisions about how to prepare for their futures. To help students have access to our campus, to understand that this isn't a far-flung dream, that they can come here.
College and university leaders are concerned that 2 out of 5 high school graduates in our region are not prepared for college or career. So Dr. Carey wants a long-term commitment to community engagement.
I want to build the structures of change that are going to last over time, not just do something to say we did it, right? And that's the way you make real difference in community and in the lives of people.
Including a college student's life.
You get to spend time with a kid who needs you, and surprisingly, you need them as much as they need you.
So you see, tying the Big Bold goal to our colleges and universities is crucial to learning and success in the classroom, from elementary school all the way to the pursuit of a college degree. In a moment, WKYT's Amber Philpott has a remarkable success story about a young man whose decision to resist the pressure of gangs ultimately led him to a college scholarship. But first, here's a message from our mayor, Jim Gray.
Hi, I'm Jim Gray, and I'm right here in City Hall thanking so many of you for all that you have done to contribute. You know, Lexington in Central Kentucky is a giving and caring community of citizens all across the region. These are people who give of their time, their treasures, their talent. What we've seen tonight are really wonderful and authentic stories, inspiring stories of the challenges that have been met through the United Way and its partner agencies. And we've also seen the challenges ahead of us. One of the great things about our region here is the spirit of volunteers. And that giving spirit is what's being asked for tonight. Thank you all for joining us and for being here and for giving so much of yourselves.
Hello, I'm Amber Philpott with WKYT. The Black Males Working Academy started out as a dream 10 years ago to help close the achievement gap among young African American males in Fayette County. It has now become the model of mentoring and how changing attitudes can change lives.
Housed inside First Baptist Church Bracktown in Lexington is a program that's been molding young minds for a decade.
It definitely opened my eyes to see more.
At 21, Taylor Robinson is a success story of the Black Males Working Academy, a program started in 2004 by longtime educator Rosalind Akins as a way to educate, motivate, and inspire the potential in young African American males in Fayette County, and many times change their life's path.
We first got Taylor. He was talking about a gang and those kinds of things. And what we did was change his way of thinking along with many of the other young men to create a positive environment.
Students enrolled give up their Saturday mornings to further their studies in things like reading and math. In the last 10 years, hundreds have come through the program. Robinson is one of them who went on to get a scholarship to the University of Louisville and will enter his senior year this fall.
That's what I love to tell the younger guys in BMW, like, cherish this moment while you're in it, because there's so much more in life than just what's in your house, what's in Lexington. There's so much more in this world around you that I would just love for them to understand that.
Mrs. Akins' investment in young African American males has paid off. Testing scores have soared. The program has now been expanded to include the Carter G. Woodson Academy, the state's first all-college prep school serving grades 6 through 9. The message Mrs. Akins sends is simple.
We teach them the well principles. They're to be well-behaved, well-mannered, well-dressed, well-spoken, well-read, well-traveled, and all of that leads to being well-prepared.
Dollars from United Way helped Akins and her team expand services offered through BMW. She says this model is an example of what the faith-based community, public schools, and the business world can accomplish together.
We've been able to change a whole community of young men by exposing them to things they never thought they would see or experience.
BMW has done that through providing the educational tools to excel in the classroom, but also trips abroad to provide culture to help expand horizons. Every student she sees graduate college is proof her dream has paid off.
We've seen living testimonies of what this program has done.
Akins says this September they will open up a fourth program, Early BMW, to mentor kindergarten and first graders. Now, here's Christine Winter of WTVQ.
I'm Christine Winter with ABC 36 WTVQ. What if you could change a child's life in just an hour a week? Some special volunteers are proving it is possible. Their lesson plan? Life gives you many barriers, but don't let your biggest barrier be yourself.
Paint.
These kids are waiting for their friends to come over and play. That's not unusual, but what is? One of their friends is in his late 90s.
Hey, this is...
Michael Rowardi and Ed Buckner are Clark County volunteers with United Way of the Bluegrass Trailblazers.
I'm going to try to live long enough to see you become something important.
The program, whose volunteers are all over the age of 55, helps shape the lives of K through 12 students in Clark, Anderson, Scott, and Woodford counties.
To have people to come in and sit with our kids, whether they do homework, whether they're giving them encouragement, it's just really a blessing.
Here we go. That is 6.
When Roarty started visiting Strode Elementary School with Buckner last October,
That's good. You get it done.
he wondered if he could make a difference.
And I said, what on earth can I do beneficial with these children at this age?
I get to go twice.
8's hard.
But the men quickly connected with then first graders Caden and Hayden.
Just keep in there and hang in there. Learn everything you can. Read everything you can.
I just keep them busy, and I pray for them, and I treat them with love, a lot of love like we're supposed to, and it just seems to happen.
And data shows the encouragement and positive reinforcement
To grow up to be somebody. That and not quitting.
is working.
We see grades improving, we see test scores improving, we see confidence levels building up too.
But there are also things you can't always see because they're deep in the heart, as Roarty found out when he said goodbye to the children at the end of the school year.
At the leave, he clutched me around and held me for the longest period of time, and tears came in my eyes, and I was choked up because I knew that we'd struck a chord there.
A chord that will last a lifetime. When we come back, LEX 18's Nancy Cox introduces us to a woman who took her professional passion and turned it into a way to reach disadvantaged children.
Hello, I'm Nancy Cox. When William Wells Brown Elementary School opened on the east side of Lexington in 2008, many hoped it would be a hub for the community, a place for families to rally around and help change the high crime, high poverty environment for their children. But when the school logged some of the worst test scores in the state, those who care about the students sent out a call to action.
I love the idea of the Times being a media sponsor for the Lyric.
Judy Clabe's professional life has been dedicated to journalism, her passion seeking the truth. One major truth she found while volunteering here at William Wells Brown Elementary.
These children face a lot of challenges that the rest of us don't and didn't growing up. It's a different world out there. They are not responsible for any of those things.
As the editor and publisher now of KYForward.com, Judy took what she knew best, the newspaper business, and turned it into a year-long after-school project open to any student willing to work and learn.
And I think there are so many things about producing a newspaper that will use a lot of skills for the kids and let them see the practical application of what they're learning in their classroom.
I've been going here since preschool.
Donovan Wright is the paper's cartoonist.
I thought it was really cool because I can draw and I can draw cartoons and stuff.
We had to write and then we had to put it all together.
Holding the finished product in their hands brought a sense of accomplishment many of these students may never have felt before.
I was happy that we got it done and that it was accomplished and it was finished and it looked good after we had it done.
More important than working on spelling, grammar, computer skills, students also picked up something else that Judy hopes will guide them during the tough times in life.
Well, you know, it's a terrific life lesson to know that, you know, you are responsible for yourself, but you're responsible for a lot of things in your larger network and community and neighborhood and home as well. Nobody lives or does or succeeds all by himself or herself.
Judy's hoping you too will make the decision to help someone else succeed. Whether you have a couple of hours a week or only an hour a month, she believes everyone can contribute.
Hi, I'm Sam Dick from WKYT. Business and church leaders can have a powerful influence on this community. And how they work together in the future will say a lot about this community moving forward and achieving the goals of the United Way.
Businessman and entrepreneur Alan Stein.
I have seen the impact that the United Way can have
particularly in the days now when they're focused on making lives better. It's not just an agency solution anymore. It really is interactive in the community.
Mayor Jim Gray on the United Way's legacy of working with businesses.
A long history of doing just that in our community, of reaching out to those in need through the business community and through those who contribute to the United Way.
In the time I've been in Lexington, I think this is the first time we've had all the powers to be at the same table saying, for the sake of our kids, let's make this happen.
Reverend Richard Gaines says to achieve the United Way's goal, the community must be united and work together.
I am indeed excited about it. I think the opportunity exists, and if we miss this one, it may be another generation before opportunity comes around again.
Improving education and delivering a strong workforce are keys.
Really, we've been pressed to invest in our children, that they might be that workforce that's needed, be that white collar or blue collar in this community. And so the only way I think that that's going to happen has been identified is that all these entities have to come to the same place in the room and say, how do we do this together?
By bringing these teams together, faith community, business community, other leaders in our community, we're able really to garner forces that can have great good, and it's all been led by the United Way.
Will James, president of Toyota Motor Manufacturing, says community leaders need to understand the challenges and find solutions.
We have a certain responsibility, and I believe businesses have a certain responsibility to try to identify and support those challenges that we have in our community. So we partnered up with the United Way. We've been a member of the United Way for many, many years now.
As an example, James says early childhood education is crucial.
We believe that if a child gets behind by the 3rd grade, they have a very difficult chance of being able to catch up going forward. And these are our future employees, so we've got a vested interest in that. The same thing with school attainment for kids, for kids to be able to get through elementary and middle school and high school and on to college. Again, these are our future employees.
As you can see, there are a lot of reasons to get involved. Whether you have a small contribution or a big contribution, they all add up. Let's see how you can help.
When you come in the cafeteria, it's really bright, and it's not because of the lighting, it's because of Mr. Bills.
Gene Bills isn't your typical 76-year-old.
Come on, young fella.
In fact, he's about as young at heart as you can get.
You want ketchup and eggs too? Good, good.
So maybe that's why when he entered retirement recently, he found it didn't suit him so well. He knew it was time to give back.
What do you need? Fork?
He's been volunteering here in the cafeteria at Yates Elementary for more than a year now, and the kids love him.
Can you count to 20?
Principal Tanya Jones says they can't wait to see him every day.
They just absolutely love Mr. Bills. For the longest, I didn't know his first name was Gene because all I knew was Mr. Bills.
Bringing joy not only to this lunchroom, but to the students' lives as well.
He is a ball of energy. He is jovial. He's a jokester. He comes in and he just brightens the day.
Morning, Miss Harris. How you?
For all his hard work, the school surprised Mr. Bills today with its first ever Volunteer of the Month award. With hundreds of his beloved students presenting him with heartfelt thank you cards.
It's wonderful, wonderful.
All to recognize how he gives of his time to help the youngest in his community.
I think helping a child is a real treat.
A major thank you to a man who is truly making a difference.
This gave him an opportunity to see that we see what he does, we appreciate all that he does, and we couldn't do it without him.
You've seen the challenges we're facing.
And you've heard of some of the success stories already happening.
Now we need you.
It's your time to get involved, inspire others.
It's your opportunity to be a part of the solution.
When we stand united, anything is possible.
Find out more at uwbg.org.
And thanks for watching A Night to Unite.